Hi there, welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. I'm Rod Bergeron, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun with our watercolor paint. I have the top 2/3 of this are wet, so basically from there to there that's all wet, and I have a slight line going slightly down towards the right, okay, but it's fairly evenly wet. And I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit more water on it, and I'm going to pick up some of this blue, and I'm going to make a couple of blue streaks across the sky, just like that. Don't worry about it too much. The page is pretty wet, so that's all going to dissipate into wherever it is that it wants to go to. Don't try to augment it too much. Just let it go and do its own thing. Now I'm going to take this brush, and I'm going to put it into my Payne's Gray. And I'm just going to tap it along here a little bit, trying to release a little bit of the Payne's Gray off the brush and onto the page. Remember tapping it, and then I'm going to make a line across here, which is sort of going to become our rocky outcropping. Pick up a little bit more Payne's Gray and put it into that. Now I want to use some green, so I'm going to rinse my brush out really well and pick up this, which is sap green. And when I touch the sap green along there, you'll see the sap green goes into the Payne's Gray, and the Payne's Gray goes into the sap green, and that's exactly what it is that I'm looking for. I'm going to put a little bit more sap green on here, just like that, not too much more than that. And I'm going to pick up some sienna. We're going to put our sienna across there, just like that. I want this a little bit more intense, so I'm just going to go and pick up a little bit more of it and put it across there like that. Now I'm going to take this brush, again, I'm not going to rinse it out. I'm going to put it right onto my sienna on the palette, and I'm going to pick up some fairly intense sienna, and I'm just going to tap it in a few places. Okay. All right. And you can see I have quite a bit of sienna on there. I'm going to set that brush down, and this is my number one round watercolor brush, and you see I've sharpened one end of it here. You could use that, or something like a barbecue skewer. You can even use a wooden toothpick, whatever. But I'm going to drag up out of these little puddles that I've just put on there, and maybe I'm going to make a tree or two, just like that. And I think I need a little bit more dark in there. So again, I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to just touch it to my Payne's Gray. And I'm just going to touch a little bit of Payne's Gray on there in a few spots. Again, tap the brush on. Don't try to do any brush strokes or anything. Just tap the brush on. And you'll see how all this good blending is going on there. We didn't have to work to get any of that. I'm going to put a few more scribe lines in here. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to take my brush, and I am going to rinse it out, and I'm going to pick up all of this, which is yellow ochre. Okay? I shouldn't say all of it. I'm going to pick up as much of it as I can. And then in one brush stroke, going from one side to the other, we're going to go across that whole white area right there, okay? Just like that, right across. And then lift off on the end, and then just let this all bleed together. And you'll see that this Payne's Gray is going to start working into that yellow ochre, and this sienna is going to start working into that, and they're all going to mix up on the page for you without you doing any work to it. Now we just need this to dry. If you want, you can take your brush and pick up a little bit of Payne's Gray in a few places, and again, take your little tool and just scribe a few things out of that, like that. Okay, and then you gotta just let it dry now. Okay. All right, let's have a look at this. So this dried very cool back here, how those made this huge tree line back there for us that you know, we didn't really have to do too much work for it all. Just tap the brush along there. And then all the color mixing across here, we have these little blackout crops that, and then all this stuff in the foreground. This little bit of green across here really worked out well for us. We put our mat on there. We got, you know, a pretty cool little painting, really, I think. All right, thanks for watching today. If you're currently a subscriber, I thank you very much. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. I hope you have a great day painting, and we'll see you again next time. All right, I just finished this little watercolor painting, and I was thinking I could probably make this a little better. I could probably put I think there's a few areas here where, you know, we can add some undergrowth. Just add a few little sort of finishing touches here. A little bit more undergrowth here. I also think that we could probably put in like a couple of little trees across here. So little branches. Just like that. You know, you can always take your black pen and, you know, just add a few little sort of undergrowth things, and it almost always changes the look of your painting, and it gives you way more foreground. It really brings those black lines into the foreground for you. So give some black pen a try. You'll see how this really looks like it's in the foreground. This really looks like it's in the foreground, and that kind of gets shoved way, way back into the background. All right, so give some black pen a try. I use Sharpie Pen. You can give whatever it is that you want to try. I have links to everything that I use down in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.